This is brought in at the 21. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Patriots take over. Now the Patriots offense, they work their way back out onto the field. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. So the incomplete pass brings up second down.
That was a long pass attempt downfield, and the ball was popped up in the air. And how come things go from really fast to almost slow motion when the ball's up in the air and the defender's unable to haul it in before it hits the ground?
Able to shake him off. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. Coney Ealy in there to bury him for a loss of 11. And the O-line will have to do a better job protecting here on third down after that sack. From the gun, it's Brady. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. 2 minutes remain in a scoreless first half. We're back to Super Bowl 51 after this. Brady now on first down. That is caught. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. It'll go as a gain of 12. He had time, was able to survey the field and find a soft spot in that zone coverage.
And that's where it gets difficult for a defender, Brandon. You go to your spots on the field that you have to cover, and when the offense finds an area that you're not in, that's where they throw the football.
Now Brady. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays. And you don't get many opportunities to dial them up. And they just did. And they drop it with a great chance to make a big play. That's going to hurt.
That is caught. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
I think I recognize the error there. Zone defense, and you got everything in front of you. But when the quarterback breaks out of the pocket, sometimes that discipline breaks down and guys get out of their spots. Quarterback's able to find his open receiver there for a first down.
He's got time in the pocket. Oh, that was dangerous. Threw it into coverage, almost picked. But instead, they'll keep it on second down.
Tremendous coverage there. Just did not catch the football and complete the interception. But what do they say all the time? If he had really good hands, he'd be playing offense.
So incomplete on first. Let's see what second down has in store. Again, they'll throw with Brady. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. He didn't get rid of the football there, took the sack. Although that's easier said than done. He can't just chuck the thing sideways into the seats.
No, he really can't because you're not afforded total protection as a quarterback. You have to get outside of the tackle boxes as defined by the NFL, meaning wherever your tackles operate normally, get outside of that. And the ball that you throw has to get back to at least the line of scrimmage. Otherwise, you're facing an intentional grounding call. A missed opportunity for an interception would have killed off a drive. They had a chance there to finish things off. Didn't get it done. I guess that's why a lot of those guys do not play offense.
And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. So he nailed that one through despite kicking it into the teeth of the wind.
Well, let's play a little golf here, shall we? That's a low iron shot, almost like a stinger. And somehow he finds a way to get it through the wind and through the posts.
Gostkowski now converted for 3. Now he'll kick this one away. Fozzie Whitaker now on the return. here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. To throw on second down is Newton. So they're unsuccessful there, hooking up on the pass.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
Throwing on third down, Newton. It's brought in right side by Ginn. And he will have the first down, but he winds up paying for it pretty good. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. To throw is Newton. That is caught. It's a pickup of 14 there.
Well, for teams that like to play man coverage, running corner routes can be tough on them because of the ability of getting into it. Sometimes you're squaring it off. Sometimes you're just rounding it. Sometimes there's a fake. Sometimes there's not. That makes it very, very difficult for a DB to stay with it.
That is caught. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Get to the football. It's blocked. And thankfully, the offense able to recover, but the extra point attempt foiled. So we've reached halftime at a low-scoring 51st Super Bowl. And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently, we're going to get right back to it.
Thanks, Brandon. And welcome to the EA Halftime Report. Let's take a look back at the first half. All you want at the Super Bowl is a highly competitive game, and that's what we have. Both teams have to feel like they're in good shape, and that should lead to a wild finish down the stretch.
The Patriot offense now set to come back out onto the field. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
On first down, Brady. That is caught. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just...
Caught by Amendola. Patriot touchdown. Danny Amendola, 43 yards. And the Patriots add 6 to their lead. And, man, Charles, talking about zinging something in there. Those gloves, they help with one-handed catches, the fun stuff. Any padding for a rocket like that?
One would think so, but I'll guarantee you this. after that throw, his hands will hurt later, not right now in the moment. He's just feeling good about catching it.
Yeah, a little stinger, but a touchdown. Gostkowski now, after the touchdown, he'll send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. A look at the offense now here, coming back out on the road for their first possession of the second half. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, we were having a tough...
And Stewart lost the football. It's loose. And it's picked up by the Patriots. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. They go play action here on first down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete. Now a play fake. Brady steps away. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Now whistles here, and it looks like we've got a Panther that's having some difficulty down there getting up. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. And the defense with their backs against the wall a little bit here as the offense is in the red zone. Blunt, the lone running back. He'll get the football here. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. LeGarrette Blunt. And the Pats take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Now whistles and a timeout signaled here by the offense, and that's their first of this second.